What's up, guys? Welcome back to That Sowdev. So, today, we have some tea to get into, reality tea to get into, y'all. But before we get into this tea, make sure you go ahead and follow me at That Sowdev on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to YouTube, just follow me on everywhere. Okay, y'all? Love that for you. Now, I am super excited. I have to rush through the entrance of this podcast and everything because I have to get to the good juicy, the passion fruit green tea that's at Panera. You know what I mean? Bitch, it's really giving that flavor right now. So we have the Jersey Shore Family Vacation Season 6B premiere going on tonight on this Thursday, aka Jersey. Now, y'all, I need everybody in the motherfucking room to get up right now. Right now, because Miss Sammy is back, okay? Miss Sammy Sweetheart is back, and this is huge news, because for one, look, Sammy Sweetheart is just loved by the general public, the general population of Jersey stands. Yes, she is the golden girl. I am so sorry. I love me, my Snookies, my Dinas, my Jennies, my Angelinas. I love my boys, my Mikes, my Paulies, my Vinnies, my Ronnies, but my Sammy? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, with the premiere going on tonight, I have to just say, now keep in mind, this section, right now, this is filmed prior to the show going down. And I'm going to have some afterthoughts that I'm going to attach onto the back of this podcast, whatnot, just so that we have kind of my feelings before and my feelings after. But the main thing, guys, I want to talk about this podcast is going to be Sammy and her comeback and, everything surrounding that. But, I have to say, the way that they have been promoting this season has been phenomenal. It has been much better than even when the show was announced that it was going to become a reboot. I was seeing all these interviews that they have been doing because Page 6 has been going out of their way to give us the Jersey Shore content that I didn't know that I needed, but I did need it, right? Okay, so I'm finding out so many things about how, the reboot, the first season, they thought it was just going to be a special, a one-time thing. Turns out here they are 6 seasons later. I mean, I love that. I think that things that, have a natural progression are so organic. And just the way that Jersey Shore has been unfolding itself the last couple of seasons, I feel like the last couple of seasons have been very transformative. I feel like, with the whole Sammy not wanting to put herself back in situations that probably would move her mental state back, I feel like that really set up the stage for everybody else to really deal with their shit. Because Angelina coming back into the mix of the Jersey Shore cast really shook up everything. It was what the reboot needed. I think that Angelina added so much spice because it gave us scenarios that we didn't get to enjoy or explore on TV with her because of just how things were with, season 1 and season 2 of the OG series. We got to see Angelina quite a bit, actually, but I felt like there was just kind of, in comparison to everybody else, I feel like we didn't get to see very much. You know what I mean? And I feel like with the way that, Jersey Shore Family Vacation is set up now, we get a better look into people's everyday lives as opposed to, only really being in this house and, only seeing what they do surrounding the Jersey Shore and maybe little increments of their lives here and there. It's just a completely different structure of the show. And I do think that allows us as viewers to get a totally different experience from the OG series. Now, with the whole Angelina thing, in my personal opinion, Angelina carried this reboot. Angelina carried this reboot. And she brought the drama. She brought the entertainment. She, honestly, a lot of the moments that Angelina caused to blow up, if it was just the family without Angelina, these situations probably would continuously be swept under the rug and whatnot, because I feel like a lot of the family they have like these underlining feelings and things like that they tend to let sweep under the rug, but almost Angelina doesn't allow that to happen. And Angelina almost exposes the side of the family that they kind of want to act like doesn't exist, their shady side and whatnot. And Angelina really does call them out on that and holds them accountable, although she doesn't always hold herself accountable. Like, this is just a family of people who are, well, not fucking perfect, because in reality, who is? So, obviously I indulge myself in the drama of this show, because in the reality of it is, it's not, oh, I'm on social media, because like all I live for is this drama and whatnot, and that's all that draws me into the show. That's not. The drama is what's part of the show. You know what I mean? There is a dynamic of this show. There are family Sundays. There are girls' days. There are boys' days. There are you know what I mean? Like, there are so many aspects to this show that are so enjoyable. And I think that whenever they do have drama, you actually do see the imperfect parts of themselves. And you get to see where they want to grow. You get to see the aspects where they're like, oh, wow, like, this is an area that you actually need to work on. And this is an area that you actually maybe need to adjust over here and there. And in a way, it also is like, well, damn, these people are so-and-so age, still imperfect, still learning, still growing, still loving each other at the end of the day, because they love harder than they fight. So, like, there's just so many positive aspects. And you also have to remember that reality TV will do whatever reality TV needs to do to make this interesting, right? Because at the end of the day, these people all filmed these episodes not cut down into an episode, right? So they did all this filming for it to be cut down into, okay, maybe now this person is giving a weird look to so-and-so, when this look originally while filming wasn't to that person at all. But cutting it down, the network had to make it seem interesting, right? That is their job. That is what they do at the end of the day. And it ends up causing situations that brings fire upon the cast, that makes it seem like, oh, well, this person doesn't like this person. Because, I was listening to even, where, Jenny was explaining how even the engagement aspect of everything was filmed so differently than what aired. And logically, that does make sense. It makes sense. They want people to watch the show. And, a big thing whenever, Dina and Angelina and all of them were fighting about Angelina bringing more drama to the show. They don't need to bring drama to the show, blah, 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 right? The drama is already there. It's whether or not people want to address it or own up to it or sweep it under the rug. And again, that was a very big thing. Because before Angelina came, did y'all not think that there was this amount of drama? Because there really, really was. And, Angelina coming back, it really forced the cast to have to adjust to the dynamic of her being around. And I think, again, that allowed this cast to get their affairs in order. Because once Angelina started coming back, you started to see other cast members, being like, oh, wait, that person's kind of being, Jenny's like, oh, Mike kind of, oh, and Mike's kind of like, oh, wait, Jenny. And it's like, oh, Snooki, like, wait a minute, you know what I mean? Like, Angelina really makes people reflect on themselves. And that, I think, really got the ball rolling with the whole healing aspect of this show. Because I don't feel like there was much healing in this show when the first season came about. It did just feel like a celebration in lightness. But there was kind of this looming question of, well, what happened over the time that there was no reboot? You know what I mean? Even from the aspects, seemingly, Vinny and Polly weren't as close as they are now, and the show kind of reignited the friendship in the way that it is now. So it's like, oh, what really kind of happened? How do these bonds reform? What do they look like as adults? And, them having kids as well. So like I said, Angelina coming back really got the ball rolling and really set the stage for Sammy to come back. Genuinely, it did. Because I felt like Sammy and Angelina had a great friendship. Genuinely. I felt like Sammy got along with everybody. Sammy's a very reasonable person. But, the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet, Miss Ma'am is a bitch, okay? Can be a bitch. She is that bitch. Several bitches, okay? Like, that's my bitch. That's my sister, okay? Okay, Miss Sammy, sweetheart, like, that is my girl. And, I feel like after everybody had worked through all of the shit that they had to work through, because you got to see the series go from the first season, everything's all light and cute, to where, oh, we're still doing this and there's still things that we have to work out and all of that. And it's like looking back on it now with the 6B premiere now, and it's like, wow, all of that shit that we watched seemed like it really prepared for this moment. You know? Even to the point where Ron had to really go through shit and really have to take moments to look at himself and really take a step back from the show. And I personally feel like we got to see Ron's growth as a person. We didn't see that in the OG series. We just saw, well, that's how he is, or I'm going to apologize and not fix anything. We saw that Ronnie peak out, and we saw that Ronnie unhappy with that Ronnie. We saw everybody unhappy with that Ronnie, and we saw Ronnie actually wanting to do something about it. And I know Ronnie has a very negative past, but there can be a comeback. Look at Mike, because I've never, despite how Ronnie had been in his past, I had never seen Ronnie in the light that I saw Mike in the past. So it's very, to me as a fan, as a viewer, fulfilling to see that be kind of in reverse, where Mike is really having, quote unquote, Ron is having his quote unquote Mike moment. And Mike is helping him through that. Look, all I'm saying is Mike has been welcomed back into the family. Angelina has been welcomed back into the family. There is absolutely zero reason why Ron could not be. And I don't think that they would ever really be against that. And I can't wait to see what his story is moving forward, because he is a very focused dad with his daughter who loves him and is very happy. That's that. Ron looks good. His energy looks like he is at peace within right now. And people got to remember that doesn't mean a person is perfect, right? So with this season coming up, we have Ron finally coming back into the picture around the same time that Sam is coming back into the picture. And I already knew that Ron was going to come back into the picture this season. I already knew, because we started to see more and more of him. I already knew. So, whenever I heard or found out, whenever it leaked that Sammy was going to be back for this season, it changed everything. Everything. Because instantly I felt this fulfillment as a viewer and as a fan. I haven't missed a Jersey Shore episode literally since the first season. I've seen every episode. So it's like, wow, the feeling that I get is very nostalgic and wholesome and joyful. Because to see this cast that really took 15 seconds of fame and turned it into 15 years of family is insane. It's rare. It's lightning in a bottle. Especially on these reality TV shows, because these people really do not be liking each other. They don't. I mean, aside from the fact that they genuinely, like on most Real Housewives, they be arguing back and forth down, Some things can be for play, some things could not be. This is TV. This is the industry at the end of the day, and we do have to remember that. So, I think that Sammy coming back is what the series needed. I feel like we went through the adjustment period of Angelina. Genuinely, I feel like we went through it. She came back, about the second season, right? I want to say about the second season of the reboot, she came back, Paulie brought her in or whatever. So, we had to get over the initial shock, Season 3, we have to adjust to the dynamic, right? Season 4, it's kind of like, okay, now we're kind of seeing what this bond is really capable of. Because, truth be told, the bond between the group and Angelina were so different. Because Angelina didn't feel like she had that same tight-knit that they had. They had their group chat and it was just Angelina. And the tricky part is Angelina is an OG before Dina. But Dina is an OG from the OG series. So, it's not even about, oh, well, you were here first or I was here the longest. Everybody's really just family. And I think over the course of Angelina adjusting, you really got to see that. Before, by the time Sammy came back, the dust really had settled. The dust really had, because we went through the wedding and all that shit. The dust really fucking settled. And, I give props to Angelina for carrying the show, because outside of that, I don't feel like we got anything that was enough for the viewers to really be like, okay, this is worth an investment into as a viewer. It didn't feel like there was much to invest into. And, because after a while, it started to be, I guess, it started to flatline. It was still interesting to me because I love the show, period. But not everybody is going to be like me and just watch it, even if it's not something they feel that they should or want to invest in. Because, Angelina coming back, like I said, it really shifted the show on its axis. It was kind of like, oh, wait a minute. Angelina's back. We haven't seen Angelina since season 2 of the OG series. So the fact that she's even coming back on the second season of the reboot, it's like, oh, that's kind of full circle, right? And now having Sammy come back, it feels like a whole nother full circle moment. It feels so just I don't know. The feeling that I get when I see the pictures of them together, if I saw Ronnie in a picture, if I saw the entire Jersey Shore cast in a picture, I would lose my shit. So my hope is by next season, season 7, we see Ronnie in a promo post. We see the entire Jersey Shore cast, and I mean the entire Jersey Shore cast, in a picture. Now, with Sammy coming back into the picture, there's going to be a lot of things that unfold. There's been 11 years of nothing. 5 years ago, the girls, I believe it was 5 years ago, the girls got together, all of the Jersey Shore girls got together. And, they've kept in touch time to time. Jenny said that, Sammy was, babies and weddings and things like that, milestones, Sammy was there for. She wasn't just out of their lives, but when the show happened, she kind of just blocked everything out and, blocked people just so that way she didn't have to see. She was like, blocking for some people is a way to not look at it. A way to distract yourself, a way to look the other way so that way it doesn't bother you or bring up feelings that you don't want to feel or things like that. She didn't want to be put back into potential toxic situations. And I think that at this point in time, she's kind of like, okay, I'm healed. All of that stuff that I went through, I was 22, 23, 24, you know what I mean? Young, very, very young. And those are transformative years. Those are years where we learn who we are. We learn from our mistakes and we grow into the people that we want to be. And it really looks like Sam took the time to be that person, to be the person who grows from all the negativity in her past and allowing that to motivate her to be better, She wants to showcase herself in a more positive light. She wants to show everybody where her life is now and how much more positive it is. She has her man, she has her store, she's very focused right now. And, with everybody's feedback in regards to the Sam that they saw this season, it's like, wow, Sam is... It's obviously still the sweetest bitch you ever motherfucking met, but it's a different Sam on a different level, and I absolutely love that. I can't wait for that. And a big thing I think obviously people are waiting for is Ronnie. People are waiting to see what that conversation looks like and how it's going to go down. I'm very curious. I'm very scared. I don't believe that episode of them having a conversation or anything of the sort will happen for at least half the season. For at least. I don't know how this season ends, but I'm going to say it's probably going to take at least half the season before we see that conversation, because that conversation is what people want to see the most. And Jersey Shore has a habit of egging things on. So in a way, what they would typically do would be Sam may not arrive in the first or second episode. They may tease it on the first and second episode and make it seem like it's going to happen, but it's really going to pop up on the third episode. But what they can do now is they can actually allow Sammy to come in on the first episode, and being that Ron's coming back, they can kind of tease the Sam and Ron thing throughout the season and have people come back because people want to see that. I don't know how that's going to go down. That's a very it's a very monumental thing to happen, honestly. And for me personally, I don't give a fuck about that romantic shit that they had, to be honest with you. I don't care about the Sam and Ron together thing or not. I don't anymore. I personally feel like I would love to see what a friendship between Sam and Ron looks like. What a healed friendship between Sam and Ron looks like. I want to see how they can navigate that. I just didn't think that would ever be something possible. Will it? I have no clue. And I mean no clue. So it's just going to be interesting to see how that happens. And, y'all, when I think about the fact that Sam and Ron having a conversation in 2023, that's just not something that was on my bingo cards. I could not have expected that in any sort of capacity. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. That is going to be the moment. It's probably going to be the reboot's most viewed episode. It has to be. Everybody wants to see resolution for Sam and Ron, because we really haven't. We want to see resolution in the sense of, can these people still be family within the Jersey Shore family and not have the past taint that moving forward? Is that possible? I don't know. Because personally, when I go and I look at the OG series, it's really hard for me to watch a lot of the things that's on there in regards to Mike, in regards to Ron, and even in regards to Sam. And 9 times out of 10, Sam has had her moments. Obviously, Sam has had her moments. But seeing the abuse that she did receive during that time, it was insane. And I felt the kind of way watching it. So I definitely understand her time away, her break, and even if there can't be a friendship moving forward, based on an interview that I seen, I believe it was page 6 again on YouTube, it seemed as though, she is happy as long as he's doing something positive and good and being a good person in this world. She is happy with that. And based on the response and just the body language, I get the idea that she doesn't want anything to do with that still. That is the idea that I get. Now, and I also seen in another interview where they interviewed Mike, and Mike was kind of like, he, did do some mediation, between Sam and Ron, and I wonder what that looked like. Who set that up? Who, you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to who made this happen. I know that, Mike got Ronnie back. I know that Angelina got Sam back, which, first of all, that is hilarious in itself. How did Mike and Angelina get Sammy and Ron back? I need us to actually sit on that for a second. Think about that. That's very interesting to me. But, I want to know who was like, okay, let's have Sam and Ron have a conversation. Was Sam blindsided? Did she know? And Sam said she doesn't know what's going to happen at any point in time during the show. She just doesn't know what she's going to get herself into. And it was very interesting to me. I was kind of like, okay, so it's looking like that this season just may be the most organic season of Jersey Shore. Now, it's not that I don't feel like, the past couple of seasons or in general haven't been organic, but just from the reactions of Sammy coming back, the conversation with Ronnie, these feel like real life shit that just naturally happened. It doesn't feel like, okay, this is kind of sort of the plot, the direction we want to go in. This is kind of what we want to happen this season. It genuinely just feels like this shit happened. We were recording and that's what went down. So I'm very excited, y'all. I'm very, very, very excited about this season. It comes on tonight. I do not know what today's date is, I believe. Is today the 3rd? Today might be the 3rd. I don't know, y'all. It might be the 3rd, but it's Jersey Day. It's the day of the season 6B premiere. I just cannot wait to capture my afterthoughts of the show. I cannot wait to see everybody's reactions. I can't wait to see what this episode and season brings us. I'm going to do after shows, afterthoughts after each episode because this is a new era. I feel like I'm getting to relive that OG Jersey Shore feeling that I had back then. I genuinely feel like I'm reliving it. It's kind of like, it's like Jersey Shore Family Vacation, Jersey Shore version. It's giving Speak Now Taylor's version, me getting to relive my Taylor Stan era. It's really giving that. It's giving joy right now. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna hop off this podcast because y'all know I could talk about my Jersey Shore girls for a minute. Now, I'm gonna come back with my afterthoughts after I watch this season 6B premiere, but let me tell y'all something, okay? I just know shit's about to pop off tonight. Anyway, all right, y'all, I'm hopping off here. Thank you so much for listening to me babble on about Jersey Shore. If you are a Jersey Shore stan, you're iconic. If you haven't seen Jersey Shore Family Vacation, here is your sign to go watch the show. It is such a mature and a real life take on Jersey Shore. These people are adults, they're parents, they're navigating adult friendships, they're prioritizing adult friendships, they're still going out, and having dinners together, they're still going out and going to clubs together, strip clubs together, they're living life, they're parents and they're adults and they're still living life. This is something that I feel like people need to get onto because this is what a lot of people struggle with, making time for your friends, still making time to go out, making time to have vacations when you have families and kids. These things are difficult things that they are doing, not only doing, but doing on camera. So I'm just saying, I love me some Jersey Shore cast. I'm gonna drag my girlies when they be acting dumb and shady and drama filled, you know what I mean? But most of us who be commenting on that drama and stuff, blah blah blah, have had our own fair share. Come on, nobody is perfect. You need to be serious, bitch. But like it is what it is. Like I said, y'all, I'm hopping off here now. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you watch the Jersey Shore 6B premiere. If you don't watch it live, make sure you go ahead and watch it on the MTV website. You can watch it on the MTV app on your Xbox. Like, go check it out, y'all. Okay? I appreciate you. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to That Sowdev on Twitter, Instagram, literally everywhere else. YouTube, go subscribe to that, bitch. Like, we popping. It's popping over here. All right, y'all? Like the Jersey Shore premiere. All right, y'all. I'm hopping off here. For real. Make sure you go drink some water, eat some good food, and I'm hopping off here, y'all. Have a good day, bitch. Peace.